On the chart like a beast in the zone, praying to the wicks and the candles tone, sipping that slippage, feeling that FOMO, portfolio flex like it's holy promo, sacrifice fiat, selling the pump, altars of alpha, wallets get plump, lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed, and I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains, light up the sky, burn off our chains. Us the gains. Eyes wide shut, undivine with the play, spirit in sync with the market's phase. Confluence hit, I go full send. Lambo dreams that never end. Fibonacci carved in stone, sacred trend lines, bullish tone. Chart prime whispers in my ear. Take the trade, release the fear. Burn the doubt, cleanse the wick. Let the din be real quick. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains. The bulls break all our chains. To the moon with crypto flames. Oh moon gods, bring us the gain. Eyes on the chart like a priest in the zone, pray to the wicks and the candles tone, sipping that slippage, feeling that FOMO, portfolio flex like it's holy promo, sacrifice fiat, summon the pump, altars of alpha, wallets get plump, lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed, now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains, that the bulls break all our chains. To the moon with crypto flames. Oh moon gods, bring us the gain.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Hope you're all doing well this evening. It is Thursday, August 21st, 9:02. Oh, wait, 2025, 9:03 now p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you all for being here. Is there something else going on right now? Where is everybody? We've got Duality C in the chat and Alexandra GGGGG, the mod boss, mod queen, the mod god. Thank you all. Thank you both for being here and chatting it up a little bit. Oh, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Let's just go ahead and go into the chart. Okay, so Bitcoin has come down to my demand zone over here. It has barely tapped it right on the money, and it is getting a little bit of a bounce now. It's not something that we need to be particularly concerned with at the moment. However, we have officially created a 4-hour bullish divergence here. So if we can get a bounce, and if we can come up and take out the high at 115, we'll just call it 115. If we can take out the high at 115, actually it's a little bit lower. No. Okay, let me click on it. 114.858. All right. If we can break that high right there, looking something like this, then we can get a pullback, and then we'll look for continuation to the upside, and hopefully that would be a reversal. We shall see. So we do have the bullish divergence there. We don't really have a bullish divergence here on the bigger swing levels. We have a little bit of a divergence, but I mean, I might call that well, this one is a little bit higher than this one. But the candle bodies over here are lower than this one. So technically, or higher. Yeah, so technically, there's no divergence there. What if I zoom out? Let's see. Do we have it on the daily? Now, I did say yesterday that, if one was flat and the other one was diverting, then that would still be a bullish divergence. So maybe just a short term, because we definitely have one on the 4-hour on these lows right here, but that doesn't mean that we can't roll over first and then go. So we've got to be careful. I mean, the main thing right now is waiting to see what happens with Jackson Hole tomorrow, what Jerome Powell has to say, if he has anything to say at all. But according to jobs numbers, apparently we got some job numbers today. Let's go to the economic calendar. Thursday, ISM Services PMI. Forecast was 51.5, actual 50.1. What did I hear? Oh, wait, what am I doing? Where are we? We're here. There we go. Existing home sales. Let me go to the Forex factory. Hey, we got some more people rolling on in here. Let's bring this up. Cover your eyes if they're sensitive. Who we got? We got Trade Intuition, Bingo, and a Bango. What's going on, T.I. Joe? Thank you for being here, my friend. We've got Melissa One Love actually made it tonight. Hey, what's going on, Melissa? How you doing? Thank you for being here. All set in the house. All the wonderful people. Thank you all so much for showing up, showing out. And you're amazing. Flash manufacturing PMI. This is what I was looking at here. So we actually increased. We're above 50, which means we are seeing expansion in manufacturing, which is a good thing. That is, if you believe the numbers. Unemployment claims came in over expectation. Okay, so that's a little bit of a mixed bag. But I did hear that our GDP, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, that's actually minus 0.3. Flash services PMI. Services, looks like we're seeing an increase there in services. So above 50 indicates industry expansion. Like I said, below indicates contraction. So we're actually seeing some expansion in services and manufacturing, which means what? Unemployment claims a little bit higher than expected, than forecast. So I don't think, I mean, that wasn't like a terrible beat. August 14th, 224. August 7th, 226. And then we got 235. All around kind of the same ballpark. But if we're seeing expansion, then that means that the economy is actually holding up and still being resilient, which means where are we at now? Well, we've dropped all the way down to a 75.5% chance of a rate cut. So the economy is doing well. I also heard that the GDP was actually sitting at like 2.5% or something like that, which is pretty good. It's actually kind of good. Some would say it's booming. I wouldn't quite say it's booming just yet. But that's a problem. Because if we're seeing expansion in two big sectors of the economy, then that means people are working, which can increase inflation and rates stay where they are. Or, and I was talking about this either yesterday or the night before, we might start hearing word of rate hikes. Because if the economy is expanding, then it might be getting a little too hot. And if it's getting too hot for the Fed, they might toss around the hike word. And what do you think that would do to markets initially? Initially, they would tank. Okay? However, if the economy is doing well, and our GDP is 2.5% or more, that's actually bullish. So even though the market initially, because retail will just see, well, we're not getting a rate cut. Oh, and now we're talking about a hike? We got to sell because that's bearish. In my opinion, I've been holding this opinion for 2.5 years, 3 years, no, 2.5 years, which is that rate hike, or a rate cut rather, is actually going to end up being the end of the bull run, in my opinion. Once we start going into a rate cutting cycle, I think that's the end of the bull run. I think it might initiate the end of the bull run, meaning Bitcoin might have already topped by then. And that might be when Bitcoin's going into a retracement, and then you have altcoins going ballistic at that same time. But it will within 2 weeks to 6 weeks by the next Fed meeting, I think that next cut, if they did back to back, I think that's when we would probably see the big drop. On the second rate cut, it's going to be, woo, we're going to the moon. Everything's looking good. All this stuff. And then all of a sudden, it all just comes crashing down. Maybe, maybe not. I can think of different reasons why that wouldn't be the case. But right now, the flat correction is still holding. Lows are still holding. Even if we lost this low, we could still regain it right back. Okay. So there is a chance that we do lose the low and then come back up. But right now, I want to see break of the downwards trend, break above this high, and a pullback. Preferably if we had little waves in here, a pullback to the highs, one of these highs, and then a continuation to the upside. If we instead come down, then I would want to see us reclaim the range, hold it, and then that's when I would consider throwing on a long. K Diggity in the house. What's going on, K Dog? How you doing? Harp in the house. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like button. Please, for Baby Yoda, please give me the likes. Please, I'm begging you, please. Number one way to support the channel is to hit that like button. Or for some likes. All right, so we do have this imbalance up in here. And speaking of imbalances, I kind of wanted to go over TPO tonight because I saw someone post a TPO on their chart, and that's time price opportunity. And it made me want to get into that. So I want to go in here and change the settings. I want to change my period to week. Stay on one week. 30 minutes, and then manual this. That says 20,000. 20,000? Let's keep it at that right now. There we go. So TPO. So this is essentially a volume profile. It just does things a little bit differently. I'm going to explain this to you all tonight. Okay? This might get a little complicated. I'm going to try to make it not complicated. First of all, letters. Why do we have letters? So when one letter ends and another begins, that is a time interval. We have it set to 30 minutes. Okay? So price moves down on this candle here, and it starts with A, okay? A. And within 30 minutes, this is all that it moved. Then B started. You got to move to the upside on B, okay? And then at the end of that 30 minutes, C started, and it started to push down to this price. And then we slide down because we didn't break this low over here until now. But now we're still in, now we've got C right here, then D, D down, E, E down, F, F down. Point is, this is, like I said, it's like a volume profile. So where you have the most letters, that is our point of control. And you can actually, let me click on this because I need to turn on the, not these, single prints and our value area high and low. Oh, there it is. Value area high, value area low. But what I look for is areas where there's the fewest letters, whether we have single prints or we've got one block, or we just have the fewest letters in, if we're looking at price like this, okay? Because this is an imbalance. Price, when it comes to either our POC or imbalances, both of these act as magnets. So to play this, and this is pretty much how you play a volume profile in general, but to play this, you look for a break of either a value area high or a value area low. So we look for the break of the value area high, and we see if it wants to come back down or if it wants to stay on top of the value area and get accepted into the higher range. Same but opposite on the bottom side. Now, if you come back into the range, our first target is going to be the imbalance, and then our next target is going to be the point of control. If you fall down below the value area high, then you're going to want to go up to the fade to the point of control. So you're either fading to imbalances or to points of control. I got stopped on my short. Do you think it would be possible to abstain from praying to the moon god this evening until my short plays out? I don't know. I don't know. The moon gods work in mysterious ways. I don't know if we can sustain from the moon god prayer. Good luck. Weekly periods? Yes, weekly periods. For a more zoomed out look, because let's just go to the daily. So let's see. Where's a nice little imbalance? No single prints over here? That's interesting. Little double print. I thought I do have single prints on, right? Yeah, single prints. Poor high, poor low. Oh, poor low. So right here, we do have an imbalance at about 109,826 single print down here. Is it marking them off? Yeah. Okay, so I want to go ahead and mark this. Okay, that's definitely not what I'm. There we go. 109,815 and 110. I would be looking for 110 for us to come down to 110 and fill this imbalance in here. So I think that that would be my low side target. If we are to come down and sweep these lows, I would look for a bounce off of the 109.8 to 110 level, and then I would want to see continuation from there, or reversal from there rather. And we do also have a fair value gap right here on the daily. So, and it's right in the middle of that fair value gap. So there we go. Confluence on top of confluence. Can we add anything else? Let's go ahead and add a fib. We're going to go from low to high. It's right in between the 50 and the golden pocket and the 618. 50 and the 618. It's right smack dab in the middle of them. But what if I came from this? So if I'm counting these waves correctly, then I would think this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that wouldn't work. Why? Because we would come into the territory of wave 1. Can we come down here and not come into the territory of wave 1? If wave 1 ended here, yes. Yes, because we didn't come down into it. Okay, and we have the imbalance. All right. Not bad. But if I want to place my fib correctly, oh, I did put it there. Okay, yeah, and we have the 786 right there. That's just above that level right there. We did get a pullback here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. Okay. I mean, that works too. But technically that means this would be 3, 4, and then 5. All right, now we got it. Now we got it. Well then, lad. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction starts here. I think that works. We'll find out. But yeah, we do have some confluence here, especially right there at the bottom end of that fair value gap is right on the 786 at 109,287. Yes, 109,287. Looks good to me. Down to the 786. Come back down. It's a retest of the high over here. Also, more confluence. I'd probably just be aiming for 110, to be honest. Just kind of front run it a little bit. Now, if we do lose that low, then I think it is likely we're going to come down into this next demand level because we do have our 52-week SMA sitting down here as well. So I would just look for price to come down. Maybe a capitulation type of wick. It's definitely possible. So if we want 110, we need to see a bounce from there. We need to see a bounce, and on the lower time frame, see a shift in market structure. So that's definitely what I want to see. Hola, French Toaster. What's going on? Hola. How's it going, French Toaster? Thank you for being here. Jesus Saves. How you doing? David Gelfand. Gelfande. I don't know. I'm trying. Okay. How's it going? Surf's up, dude. Surf's up, dude. Reno. So yeah, Yeah, I don't think we close the weekly candle below the 52-week SMA. Right now, that sits at $91,591. That doesn't mean that if this decided to come down, that this wouldn't make its way over here, right? Which from here, I mean, you're looking at $97,000. And then this could just be one giant 1, 2, 3 push to the upside. Okay. We'll see. It all depends on, well, it might not even depend on what Jay Powell says tomorrow. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day. It's finally a little cooler. Finally. We were in the 80s today with a nice breeze. Feel that fall coming on. I'm here for it. Let's go. Okay, we need a bear surfing emoji. Bear wave? Bear wave? A wave? We want a wave. Are you wave? When in doubt, pinky out. There you go. We need a wave. A wave bear. We need a wave bear. It was 97 here. Oof. All right, so something that I do find interesting is that during all this down move on Bitcoin, it hasn't, like, typically when you see these down moves in crypto, Bitcoin gains in dominance, but instead it's been just kind of flat, and it's been sitting underneath that 60% dominance for a little while now. So I do find that interesting. That means the altcoins are holding up well. And if you go over to things like XRP, where Bitcoin is potentially going to put in a lower low, which maybe it will, maybe it won't. But the altcoins, or a lot of altcoins anyway, are kind of putting in higher lows. That is, if this doesn't play out. If this does play out, then obviously this means nothing. But at this current point in time, we've got Bitcoin potentially putting in a lower low, with altcoins, or at least XRP, potentially putting in a higher low. Let me get rid of this so that's not, let me just do it this way. How about that? There we go. Putting in a higher low. And that would give us a bullish SMT divergence, because Bitcoin and XRP, maybe not so much XRP. I was going to say they're pretty highly correlated, but I mean, they kind of are, but they kind of aren't at the same time. Hope not too humid. But yeah, I just find it interesting. XRP is putting in a higher low. Ethereum putting in a higher low as well. Ethereum, look what Ethereum did. Exactly what we were looking at. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Ew, no. 4 hour, 1 hour, 15. Okay, yeah, that was a 15-minute fair value gap inside of here. Oh, Ethereum's getting a pump right now. And it said, miss me with that fair value gap. That's a nice bounce out of here, breaking the downwards trend. But it did come down to the order block. I believe this a 1 hour? Yeah, 1 hour order block. Getting a bounce off of the 1 hour order block, so that's looking good. Bouncing off of these lows. I did say I didn't want to see it go below this low, but it didn't go below the lower low in here, so that's good. I wasn't really sure, honestly. I thought I made that clear. Maybe if I might not have, but because this put in two different kinds of lows in here, I wanted them both to hold up, but only one of them held up, and that's okay. But we'll see. We'll see. We did get a bounce off of the order block, so that's good. That's a good start. So now we just want to break the high over here, which on the lower time frames we might consolidate before we go. Whoops. And then go. We'll see how the overnight plays out. Powell speaks at 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. right there. So wouldn't be surprised to see some overnight consolidation prior to Powell's speech if we don't go ahead and break above overnight and then consolidate and then go, or break above, Jackson Hole starts, you get a fake out to the downside and then you go. That's what I would like to see. Let's go ahead and pull up our RSI. Bit of a bullish divergence here on the 1 hour. And yep, we're getting the push. We also broke the downwards trend here on the 1 hour on the RSI. Boom, right here. Then we started to consolidate, and then we broke out of the consolidation. That looks good. Put in all these little highs in here. Once you broke that high, I mean, you're already breaking the high on that next candle in here, and then you could have caught that little pump in there. Telling you, man, RSI is undervalued by a lot. Y'all talking weather. I'm starting to like my ETH bag. I've been talking ish about it for a year now. I feel bad. Don't feel bad. That's what gets it to move, is you talk crap about it. All right? Stupid bag. You just got to say it without selling it. Stupid ETH. F ETH. FXRP. I've been holding on to XRP for 7 years. I'm only up 523%. Meanwhile, my 65-year-old uncle has been holding on to S&P 500 for 20 years. It hasn't come anywhere near that kind of return. I'm greedy. Admit it. You're in crypto because you're greedy. Admit it. Sooner you admit that, the better. All right, so this is a nice break of this entire downtrend in here. I shouldn't say nice break. It is a break of the downtrend in here. So, what is this blue line? What are we? Oh, that's the point of control over here. Okay, point of control of this range. What do we get over here? We get some single prints in here. Hold on, let me bring this in a little bit. Where'd the low come in? Let's go ahead and mark that off. Right there. And see right where those single prints are, where you have the imbalance in the volume profile. It's basically where there's like flat. There's just no volume, and it doesn't stop until it gets to where there was some volume. And then it's bounced off of that. And that's why I was looking at the same thing over there on Bitcoin with the TPO. Ethereum has already done it. Ethereum is looking kind of bullish. We're trying to form that inverse head and shoulders in here. Okay. Get a break. I believe our target on that was like 4,700, 4,715. Yep. So, yeah. We'll see. We shall see. I'm feeling a little bullish. Not gonna lie. How you guys doing? Did you guys have a great Wednesday? Or Thursday? It is Thursday. Bitcoin dominance. Already went over that. S&P 500. Kind of just chilling today. Didn't put in a lower low. Still no bullish divergence on the 4 hour or on the 1 hour. You got it on the candle bodies here on the 4 hour. You don't have it on the major swing levels, but you did have the bearish divergence that brought us down. We'll see. We'll see about this one. I don't know. Russell 2000. Ooh, did not come into the territory of wave 1. That is good. It's trying to, though. There we go. Russell 2000 getting a little break. If you're taking the wicks, it's struggling right there on that resistance. Right there. Okay. Yep. All right. So we didn't come into the territory of wave 1, and we're getting a bounce, kind of putting in some equal lows. So that's kind of scary, but we might be okay. Manufacturing looked good today. So we had the the Dow Jones move slightly to the upside today. It has not broken its downtrend here or here. This is where most of the lows are. So it has not broken its downtrend, but I would like to see that happen. And it did not come into the territory of wave 1 over here, so that's good as well. So that's holding up from a wave perspective. All right, so right now we're looking not too bad on the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. And the NASDAQ bleeding may have stopped. Does have some equal lows over here. So cautious with that. Bit of a bullish divergence though. So we put in higher lows and lower lows. Higher lows on price. Well, kind of flat, which is still a divergence here on the RSI. So, yeah, might get those bounces tomorrow or this evening. See if we have any altcoins seeing some gains. The altcoins are like holding up pretty well throughout all of this. That's why Bitcoin hasn't really gained in any dominance. Hello, thank you. Flocka? No, it's just Flock. This thing is pumping to the moon. Almost. Getting a bit, can't say it's overextended because it's not even above 80, but also just because we are in the so-called overbought zone, which I don't particularly care for that terminology. All this really means is that momentum is really strong, okay? It's not until you start to see some wavering in the momentum is when you should start considering exiting. So happy tomorrow is Friday. Me too, my friend. Me too. I did go into work this morning thinking, it's Friday. And we always have donuts ready on Friday. And then when I showed up and saw that there were no donuts, I thought to myself, where's the donuts? And then I thought about it for a second and I was like, It's Thursday. It's not Friday. No donuts. Still have 2 days to go. And we survive. We survive and we thrive. That's what we do. Oh. If you didn't see my post on X, and if you didn't get my alert in Discord, Baby LBC, Baby Wave Rider, will be here September 8th. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Let's get back to the charts. I'm excited. Arrow getting a nice little move. Okay. Okay, we're sweeping highs up in here, but these are good lows. These are good lows. I don't higher lows, right? On the daily chart too. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, so we're starting to see some little bit of pushes in here. Just needs to get back above this high before this candle closes. Otherwise, that's a nice swing fail pattern. And then we would be looking for maybe coming down to sweep these equal lows and coming into this imbalance here, this fair value gap here, at the 109. Well, nope. This needs to move up. Thank you. At the 111.21 to 118.21 levels. Baby Wave Rider, baby time soon. Hey, what's going on, JVI? Speedy delivery. That microphone is legendary. Thank you. LFG. What's going on, Bandage? How you doing? Thank you for being here. All the latecomers are showing up. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Be sure to hit that like on your way in. Thank you. All right, so yeah, we're looking at a potential SFP over here on Arrow. It did just come up and sweep some equal highs over here. We do have some relatively equal lows as well. So this one did come down and sweep this low though. So it might, like I said, really, it just this 4 hour needs to get above this high and close a candle. The 1 hour has closed below, but it is kind of consolidating at the highs here. Let's go to the 5. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, this one's going to be a little tricky. I mean, it's still showing some strength in here. I would wait for the 4 hour. It's only got an hour and 17 minutes. If this can close back above here, then depending on how the lower time frame looks, it might get a pullback, but I would expect it to continue to the upside if it can get a 4 hour close above 147 for on Arrow. Pull back to the daily. Do we have something that's got more history? Coinbase, because this is a base token. Oh, what did I have drawn in here? How long? When did we do this? We must have done this Sunday or last Friday. We're looking for the potential. So we did break down, looking for the potential of a retrace back up to the trend line. If we go by candle bodies, nope, that don't work. Candle wicks. Hasn't gotten up to it yet. Wait, was I on Flocka? I'm going to keep calling it Flocka. Thought I was on Arrow on that last. Okay. Am I losing my mind? No. Okay, so on the Bybit spot, we've broken the high, but on Coinbase, we haven't? Is that what I'm seeing? Yeah? That's weird. Okay. Not really that weird because this, I mean, it's on Bybit and it's still spot, so kind of weird. So you have a clear of the high. I mean, that's clear as day there. But this high on the Coinbase chart is higher, like up here. See that? You get all the junk out of the way. I don't want to get rid of my fib. Just turn it off. Yeah, this didn't go up as high. Weird. I mean, it's not that weird because they are different exchanges, but kind of makes it difficult. And what do you? I mean, either way, we still want to get that 4 hour above the high. Okay. Okay. We do have a resistance area above us. That's this last little up move here of supply zone right there, starting at 175 to 233. Yeah. I mean, this is looking pretty solid. If you can get that 4 hour close above that 140 on Coinbase, it's 148, 1.486. We'll call it 149 if it can close above 149, $1.49 on the 4 hour, which has another hour and 13 minutes. I think it'll be okay. Pingu, Pudgy Penguins. We're on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. Okay, got a little bit of a bullish, got a bullish divergence here. Well, turn this dang magnet off. Got a bullish divergence here with price coming down and our oscillator pushing to the upside. Break of the high here on the oscillator. These highs, both of them, breaking that trend. Back test on top and then a push. We'll see if it can continue the push higher. I like the way the 4 hour looks. The 1 hour, we're not pushing too hard on the 1 hour. That's good. 30 minute. Getting, yeah, I mean, looking strong. 15 minute, looking strong. Not pushing too much. Looks like it's got a nice gradual increase and then a strong push to the upside. If this can just be a little pullback to the 61A or the 786. I mean, it can bounce off of either the 3A2. It can bounce off any of these levels. And I would accept it. So I just want to see it pull back and then go. I would prefer it if it came down a little bit lower, maybe even down to the golden pocket back on this little high in here. I would prefer if it came back down there and then pushed. At least whenever this stops. This might just be one of those one candle stops and then it continues to push. Either way, it's already on the move. So I don't want to enter unless it's on a pullback. But I like that level there. It's holding that level right there. It's holding that high. Okay. I might see some continuation here on Pudgy Penguins. Continue up, get a little bit overextended. Yeah. 15 minute, getting a little bit of a bounce right now. Right on the 382. 3 minute, how we looking? Bouncing off a 3 minute order block. Man, that would have been a nice little scalp at the very least. Bounce off of this level, already up 0.75. Up to the rejection wick, 144. Yeah, I'm not seeing like an ABC correction in here though, so. This might be one of them there continuation trades. Good morning, Nick Musgrave. Howdy do, howdy do. Thank you for being here. Please remember to smash the likes. Thank you, Alexander G. It is perfect timing. I was just looking at it. What's that? Pingu? Good morning, Nick. Auto Gang showing up and showing out. Yeah, Pingu getting a nice little bounce. Pudgy Penguins. Zoom it on out. Let's take a look-see. 4 hour. Get rid of this. Fixed range volume profile. Let's take a look at that. Getting a bounce off of the point of control. Oh, this thing might be looking to freaking go. Not like go, like up only go, but I mean, it's looking good. I will say that. Looking good. Don't really see too much. Luna AI? No. No. Uniswap? People still use swaps? Brett? I know they do. I'm just playing. Ugh. Ugly. Anyways. Yes, penguins. Pingu. So many beautiful people in the chat. Let's take a look at Beam. Oh, look, that played out. Man, when did I remember when we were looking at this. I said, look for the pullback after it broke, and then it pulled back, and then it hit the measured move. Beautiful. We should have taken the trade, fam. I completely forgot about it. Looks ugly, don't it? This might be one of those where we got to have a buffer zone. Looks good to me. Wow. That looks like it's about to pop off. What's going on? Oh, did I draw that? Wow, what a straight line. Look at that. Man, I like that. It's a nice built up base in here. Something like this. Oof. I mean, this move right here, if it did do that, you're looking at a 50% move just on that alone. Upwards resistance, 126%. I like the way it looks. I like the way a lot of these look. BNB has quietly been putting in new all-time highs. No one's talking about it because nobody cares or uses it, I guess. I don't, so I guess nobody else does either. Maybe it's the Chinese. I think that's what BC Port Corp was insinuating earlier today. But yeah, this is Binance's token, which I never really like that. I don't like exchange tokens, to be quite frank. Now, if you integrate, well, I mean, Coinbase basically runs on Ethereum, right? And all of its layer twos. BNB is just, but it's its own chain, right? Yeah, because it's the Binance Smart Chain. So I don't know. I don't know. It's its own chain. It's not. That makes me. I haven't really done a lot of research on BNB, so I don't want to speak out the side of my neck. So yeah, Solana. What are we doing, Solana? This is a weekly chart, by the way. Holding up at the 52-week SMA. That's looking good. Solana's looking pretty good. Now, if it can get a break off of this, we'd be looking for some killer gains, potentially. I mean, from current price, that gets us up to about $1,100 if it was to break out from right here. Come a little bit over. 1153. Totally doable, I think. Something like that. Little bit of maybe a little 9x, 8 or 9x on the Solana. I do believe if I go down to another chart that shows a little bit more history, that I do believe we pulled a fib on it. Let's do this. Do this. Lock your fibs. Lock your fibs and your ribs. Oh, yeah. Nope. Let's just say it broke right here. I mean, that gives us a full Fibonacci extension. Look at that. Full 4.236 extension on the money. That looks good. I don't know, man. I'm just... I'm not feeling particularly bearish. Everything's looking all right. Everything's holding up the lows. It's been pretty strong. Yeah, we might get a capitulation wick tomorrow, so be careful. But we'll see what happens. I think we'll be okay. I mean, either way, we'll be okay. But I think we'll be okay. Actually, Salt. Salt. My Solana bot is happy. I love Sol. I don't hold BNB, but man, it does not pull back much. Yep. Bot is eating up that grid. All right, fam. That's the end of the stream. That's the end of the week for me, maybe. I don't know. I always tease that I might do something on the weekends, and I end up not doing anything on the weekends. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think I have... Only thing I have going on this weekend is actually Sunday evening, and that's a couple of fantasy football drafts, because that starts next week on Thursday. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, not really much going on. Be careful tomorrow with Jackson Hole. Be careful specifically at 10 a.m. I want to say it's Eastern Standard Time. Fed Chair Powell, 10 a.m. And I do believe this is on Eastern Standard Time. It should be. Yes. Okay. So yeah, 10 a.m. Excuse me. Yeah, because that's why Piper said he was going to do it, because he goes on at 9 a.m. my time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Piper, make sure you go to the Piper Academy tomorrow. They should be streaming Powell's speech. And yeah, and I'll be listening in. I'll be probably with you guys in the chat and listening, lurking, working and lurking. And yeah, let's see what Powell has to say. Hopefully it's not all any kind of hawkish words. But even if it is, the economy on the surface looks okay. But if you look under the hood, it's looking a little not that great. That's why, yeah, we're seeing expansion, but we're seeing more people, we're seeing more jobless claims. Unemployment claims, rather. So I don't know. It's a little bit of a mixed bag, but we'll see. All right, anyways, I got to get out of here. I do appreciate each and every single last one of you. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, subscribing to the channel if you are new. Don't forget to check out the link down below for BitTunics. I do have a link where you can get 10% off all trading fees, both futures and spot. So check it out down below and join the Discord. Also, leave a comment if you don't mind. Give me some engagement. I would greatly appreciate it. Outside of that, just share the channel, share my videos, and be kind. Don't forget, tomorrow is Friday, so that does mean it is the day where you've got to be kind to somebody. Okay? Pay somebody a compliment. Tell them you like their smile or their shoes or the hair, whatever it is. Just try to make somebody's day however you can. And let's make the world a better place, one compliment at a time. But thank you all for joining me this week. I will see you all tomorrow in the chats, I'm sure. And yeah, thank you all. I do hope you have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical Friday and weekend. And sleep. And I will see you all in the next one. Mad love. Peace out. God bless. Bye.
On the chart like a beast in the zone, praying to the wicks and the candles tone, sipping that slippage, feeling that FOMO, portfolio flex like it's holy promo, sacrifice fiat, selling the pump, altars of alpha, wallets get plump, lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed, and I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains, light up the sky, burn off our chains. Us the gains. Eyes wide shut, undivine with the play, spirit in sync with the market's phase. Confluence hit, I go full send. Lambo dreams that never end. Fibonacci carved in stone, sacred trend lines, bullish tone. Chart prime whispers in my ear. Take the trade, release the fear. Burn the down, cleanse the wick. Let the din be real quick. Oh moon gods, bring us the gains. Gains, the bulls bring all our chains to the moon with crypto flames. Oh moon gods, bring us the gain. on the chart like a priest in the zone. Pray to the wicks and the candles tone. Sipping that slippage, feeling that FOMO. Portfolio flex like it's only promo. Sacrifice fiat, summon the pump. Objects of alpha, whales get plump. Lunar eclipse, my stop loss missed. Now I'm baptized in that bullish bliss. Oh moon,